So the Barrie Colts started 2025 with a five-game winless streak, but since then, this team has really turned it around. That turning point game being against the Windsor Spitfires, and one of those players had a great showing in that one was Carter Lowe. And Carter, that game, it seemed like it was a turning point for this team, night and day difference. What was it that really, changed gears there for the Barrie Colts in that one?
Yeah, I mean, going into the new year, going on that skid, it was a little unfortunate, and I'd say our whole team was pretty frustrated just going into games and losing them. And I think it was a big step for us going up against Windsor because they're one of the top teams in the league. So, to beat them, especially after a skid, meant a lot. And I think a lot of the guys knew what it was going to take. And I thought all of us kind of dug in and bought in. Luckily, we beat them, and now we're not looking back, and we've been relatively hot, so we just got
And
to
that was
keep
a
it
big
going.
weekend. You played Windsor on the Saturday night, and then you're down in St. Catharines the following day. It seemed like you guys were on a mission, and everyone's buying in right now.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. I think one thing is we do play better against better teams, and we kind of know that going into those games, you got to be a lot sharper and a lot more dialed in. And so far, we've been doing good with that, so we just got to keep it going.
And these last couple of games, pretty big for you yourself. That game, especially against the Brampton Steelheads, you had a pair of goals, and that one that went in with 1.7 seconds left on the clock. What was it going through your mind when that one crossed the line?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely just one of those sighs of relief, putting those ones in. It feels unreal especially to do it at home. And yeah, I didn't really know there was 1.7 seconds left. I probably would have been a little bit more scared playing, but luckily it went in and Cash sealed it off. So it was a big win for us.
And now you've got 2 points in back-to-back games. You had another 2 point night against the Brantford Bulldogs. Are you doing anything different with your game? Because it seems as though you're finding your way to the net a little bit more often.
Yeah, I mean, Marty likes to harp on it and just say I always get to the net, and they don't really ask how. All the dirty ones count the same. So, I've really bought into that, and I think I can use it to my advantage. And so far, it's been paying off, and I'm going to try and keep it going.
And you have 13 goals already on the season, which is a new career high for you in the OHL. You're one of the veteran players now on this team. Did you have a different approach coming into this season at all?
Yeah, I mean, coming in, it was kind of what I expected, like a bigger role, more ice time, and just kind of that consistency, I'd say, just helps add confidence to my game. And it's just like I'm really comfortable with the team. All the guys are great, and I think I personally have fully bought in, and luckily it's paying off.
And in junior hockey, it's all about the cycles where, at the beginning of the cycle, it's a younger group that's building together. You want to get that chemistry. And then after a couple seasons, you become a contender. You want to compete for a deep playoff run. Do you feel like this group that you've now grown up with is, ready for that deep run?
Yeah, I'd say 100%. I think we're probably the deepest team in the league. Um, we picked up some really big pieces to make a big push for it, and I really think that we have a good chance of winning it all.
And when you found out you guys made that move ahead of the trade deadline, is it exciting that you've got some new faces coming into this lineup that have that experience of going to an Eastern Conference final, or was it a little nervousness trying to figure out how this would all come together?
I was happy. I mean, it's obviously a bit of a bitter feeling when we lost to them back my first year, but they know what it takes to win, and just kind of having that presence around the room, I think really helps, and especially for some of the younger guys that aren't playing as much this year to just kind of help them in the next years to come, and they know now what it's going to take to win hopefully a championship.
And for you guys, we're now in that final stretch towards the postseason. Do you find yourself scoreboard watching at all, or do you try to not focus on that and just focus on the next game?
I think it's really just the next game. I mean, every night it's kind of just that rinse and repeat mindset, and going into new games fresh and seeing what you can do there.
And for this season, is there anything that you're hoping to improve on as you make this final push to try and be ready and prepared for the postseason when we get to that point?
I think a lot's just getting really tuned in to everything Marty's saying to us and just giving it your all every day at practice and just being ready for that sort of playoff experience. It's a different beast, I'd say, and just kind of doing what you can to prepare for it is all you can do.
And it seems like the crowd is really getting into it this year with the excitement on the ice. Where you got the 30th anniversary season, so we're bringing in some former captains this weekend. Do you get that sense that there's quite a buzz now in the community when it comes to this Barrie Colts squad celebrating the anniversary and having a potential deep run?
I'd say so, yeah. I mean, this is probably the biggest I've ever seen for fan wise and attendance wise in our arena, and I honestly do think it helps and it adds to kind of that motivation to win games at home, and especially being the 30th anniversary, it would be a great touch to bring home a championship.
And you guys have those snazzy jackets to celebrate the anniversary, and those anniversary jerseys. What are your takes on those?
Yeah, I mean, I think Morgan, our equipment guy, did a great job with the jackets, the jerseys, and even the chrome helmets we got now.
Were you surprised at all when you found out you guys are going to be wearing those chrome buckets this year?
I heard a bit last year from Morgs about it. I wasn't sure if he was kind of pulling on my leg or not, but they're really nice and I think they look great.
So do you think we should have more chrome equipment in the Ontario Hockey League or just in hockey in general?
I'd say so. I think it adds a bit of personality to every team. I know Yuri does their chrome helmets and they're pretty nice, so I wouldn't mind it.
Well, it adds some flair, like you said. It's a nice touch, and if it's just for this season, I guess it goes well with the anniversary. But maybe this is something the Colts can keep going with in the future.
Yeah, hopefully.
So Carter Lowe, thank you very much for doing this, and I can't wait to see what you're able to do the rest of the way here.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
So that's Barrie Colts forward Carter Lowe, and it is kind of a nice touch having the chrome helmets this season. Of course, they wear them when they wear the blue uniforms or even their anniversary sweaters, which are pretty sharp. Kind of reminds me of the Buffalo Sabres white jerseys, one of the better white jerseys in the National Hockey League, and the Barrie Colts have their touch with it. So it's been kind of nice this year, just seeing what the Colts have been doing to celebrate their 30th anniversary season. And a reminder this Saturday when the Colts take on Niagara, it's the captain's night. So some former captains will be at the Saddlein Arena. And then, of course, the Kyle Clifford jersey retirement night. That'll be on February 27th against the Saginaw Spirit. So exciting times with the Barrie Colts anniversary season. And right now, the Colts, they're rolling that 5-game winning streak. They do play a crucial 3-3 this weekend. It starts Thursday night at home against the Ottawa 67s. You can get that game on Rogers TV at 7 p.m. I'll also be doing a live stream before that. That'll get underway probably about 4:45 is my guess. So keep an eye out for that for the live stream. And then, of course, the Colts, they're going to be in Oshawa Friday night and then back at it at home on Saturday as they take on the Niagara Ice Dogs. So again, thank you very much for your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.